so you went to the doctor. I wanted to know, like, yeah, what was the result? What did he say? How
Yeah,
did you feel?
yeah,
Like, I
yes.
want to
We
know
went
everything about it.
through and it's like, my all my cholesterols are all good. Like, maybe just a little bit low on the good and a little bit high on the bad, but it's a lot better than what it was before. That's
Okay.
and then the A1C obviously being the biggest one. And he said it was at 6.6, and he said he couldn't believe it. He said he never seen anybody because 2 years ago when I went in there, I was over 14, and he said that it stops. He said the measurement stops at 14. He said so after 14 it stops, and so he said I was above 14, so it's just 14 plus. So you don't know exactly where I was, but it was at least 14. And he said he's never seen it to where anyone's gone from 14 to where I'm at 6.6. And the 6.6 is good, but it's still not, where I want to get it. I want to try and get it, under 6. And so that's the long-term goal. But it's nice to see that I've made that much progress. And you see it on the scale, and like I said, you see it in the morning when I'm doing my blood sugar. But hearing that on the A1C was good because I can remember 2 years ago when he told me and he diagnosed me with diabetes, and
Uh-huh.
when he prescribed the insulin and he prescribed the metformin. And I asked him, I said, well, how long do I have to stay on this? And he said, oh, you'll be on it for the rest of your life. And that's what, and I remember him telling me that, and just, I got depressed. It did. It was something that, and every morning, every day, having to inject myself with insulin, it just made me feel like it was depressing. I wasn't excited to have to do that every morning, and to make sure when I traveled, I had insulin and all that. Being able to work through it and try and find other ways and alternatives. And like I said, I failed with a couple other things where you see the video come across, and it's send them $100 and they send you a subscription of pills, and you take that and it's just going to magically make things work, and obviously it doesn't, or it didn't. And so being able to do it with your help and guidance to get me off and running, and to show me that I could break this and do it naturally. And it's awesome. It's cool because the numbers are good, and knowing that I'm doing it just by basically exercising like I've always exercised, but adjusting my eating habits. And I don't even call it a diet no more. It's just I just eat different than what I used to. It's a lifestyle change and stuff. And yeah, I'm just excited. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to continue doing it, because when you do something, you like to see some results, and then just to get the results to kind of solidify and let you know what you're doing is right is pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. That's cool, man. I'm like, you give me goosebumps. I'm very
Yeah,
happy.
he did try, but when I saw him before I got the blood work, and he saw that I lost weight, and I told him my blood sugar and stuff. And then I remember he tried to push the metformin back on me again. And I was like, no, it's been, over 3 months. And he's like, okay. And then even this time too, because, I weighed at, I think when I weighed there, I was like, I had my clothes on. So I was like 263 or 264 or something like that. And he's like, all right. He's all, you've done a good job. He's all, you can, he's all, if you can lose like another, 10 or 15 pounds, that would be great. And I said, oh no, that's my goal. I said, my next short-term goal is 250. And then, my long-term goal after that is 220. I said, but 250 is the next one. And he said, okay. He's like, well, if you get back on the metformin, you can lose like 10 or 15, like 5 or 10 pounds just by taking it within the first couple of weeks. And I was like, Doc, I'm cool. I'm good. I said, I don't need it. And not don't want to share too much information, but one of the biggest side effects of metformin is diarrhea, and that's terrible. That's not a fun feeling at all.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
and so no, he keeps trying to push the meds back on me, but I'm not doing that. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
better results off the meds than I was when I was on the meds. So it doesn't make sense.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's kind of crazy that he's still trying to push the medication. I have
Oh,
another client where his A1C is basically 4.6. It's the
oh
lowest
wow,
I've ever had of all my
wow,
clients.
wow.
And it's so low because of the medication. When it's back to normal and you apply medication, it pulls it even lower. And so I told him it's a bit too low. You gotta get off the medication. And he said,
Yeah,
yeah, the doctor.
does that have a reverse effect, or is it like something negative if it's too low?
Um, Yeah, so I guess like you need like it's just your body needs a specific amount of sugar, and then
Yeah,
too much is not good, and not enough. Like I guess it's not good either. I don't have this often, so I don't know for
yeah,
sure. So I'm like, okay, but it's happening because the blood sugar are normal, and then they add the medication, so it's even lower. It's not
yeah,
good. And the doctor does that because he said, "Oh, you're the type of guy who's gonna rebound anyway, so I just want to be, cautious and give you medication." And
yeah,
the guy
yeah,
is a super nice guy. He's not like you pushing back. So I'm not saying you're not nice, but he's not pushing back, and basically he's got the medication now. So I don't know.
yeah.
We'll see in six
Yeah,
months.
just it was it was for me it was twofold. It was the results, which were it would lead to little like you'd get you'd get depressed about it as well. You're taking the medicine and then you're checking your blood sugar and it goes up and it just keeps going up, and so you're not getting the results that you want. And then at the same time, the side effects are you're starting to feel the side effects. Like in my energy, I felt like my body was breaking down from the inside. Strength wise, I go to the gym and like I said, I wouldn't have the energy, I wouldn't have the strength to to do my workouts, and I just thought, man, I'm getting weak. Am I getting old? And then severe cotton mouth at night when trying to sleep, and I'm drinking as much water as I can to keep my mouth moist and stuff, and it was just super uncomfortable with the metformin.
I
So
get it.
no results, and the side effects to me it wasn't worth it.
Okay. Yeah. So I have a question. Like 6 months ago, or even a year ago, what was preventing you from getting those results? Is it like you didn't know exactly what you were supposed to do?
Yeah, I didn't know exactly like you've taught me with the fasting,
Okay.
and then also with the high protein diet, and
Okay.
so it's and then also like something as simple as was the bread is not knowing that sourdough and authentic organic you know sourdough is the best bread to eat if I am going to eat
Mhm.
bread. And so
Yeah.
I try to avoid it at all costs. But when I want a sandwich or I want bread, then I go to the sourdough, which is great for me because I love sourdough. So I was always under the impression that just in my mind, without knowing that, I figured sourdough and it has the yeast or whatever, that it's going to be bad for my blood sugar. And so I was doing those other breads that I was showing you, that Dave's Killer Bread and stuff like that. And then you pointed out some things to me like, no, that's it's cool, it's good, it tastes good, but it's not as good as the other stuff. It's not helping me.
Yeah.
And so, but knowing that, and then you know, just eating more protein and I mean, it feels good to be able to go and eat a big, nice, big, fat, ribeye steak and know that I'm actually not jeopardizing my diet, because as long as I
Mhm.
have the steak and the vegetables and I'm not loading up with all the pasta and the carbs and everything else with it.
Mhm.
So
Mhm. Okay. Okay. That's good. And do you feel like not knowing exactly what you're supposed to do was preventing you from actually taking action and doing something about it?
that, yeah, and then like a knucklehead, it was just because I always heard that term that you can't outwork a bad diet, and
Mm.
so I go to the gym and I try and work harder at the gym and put in more time and effort at the gym, and then again at the same time with the metformin, wanting to go harder and do more, but then not having the strength to do it. It was just
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
it felt like I was just every I was just in a like a mouse, just in a cycle, just going over and over again the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so knowing what to eat, knowing how the body works, and kind of shrinking down into the time frame. Like I said, those first 7 to 10 days, maybe 2 weeks of eating, finding my eating window and stuff. In
Mm-hmm.
the time, from when I'd wake up till 11 o'clock when I could eat, it would be a struggle. I'd be like, man, just it's only 8 o'clock, it's only 9 o'clock, and just but then seeing the results of my blood sugar, like, okay, this is cool, and then also the weight coming off the scale was two things that made it like, okay, this struggle, it sucks, but at the same time it's worth it because I'm seeing results.
Yeah. Awesome.
They were quick too, so
Yeah, yeah. Okay, this is good. I'm very happy. Like, very good. Um, so I think, for where you are right now, so you can lose more weight. It's gonna help you for sure.
yeah,
It's just gonna remove the visceral fat. That's one thing. Um, but if you want to take your A1C down a bit further from six to like let's say 5 or something, The big focus is going to be on number one, the restricting of the food, so like fasting. That's number
Mhm.
one. You know that already. Number
Yeah,
two,
I'll get better at that too, to where I can do more longer extended, time. So
okay, yeah. So
yeah,
so right now, like with Thanksgiving, I think it's good to prepare before. Like today, for example, I'm fasting a little bit. Tomorrow I'm gonna eat like a pig, and
yeah,
then the next few days I'm gonna fast again. And I know like a lot of my clients are doing that right now, on
hmm,
and off. So that's one thing, and I would do that for the rest of your life. I'm not
yeah,
saying that you're
yeah,
gonna have to. It's just a lifestyle. Like humans, they need a break sometime from
yeah,
food. So that's number one. Okay, pillar number one. Remember that.
yeah,
Number two, it's not gonna be exercising. It's gonna be what you eat. And I know. So in what you eat, Ray, the next level for you is to eat a more nutrient dense diet. So I don't see your pictures anymore, so I don't know what you're doing. But based on the last ones I've seen, you want to do a nutrient dense diet. So last night I sent a few pictures. I think there's one with like spinach, cooked spinach and salmon. I don't know if
yeah.
this is your style, and I'm not saying you're gonna eat that every day, but once in a while, try to do one like this to be more nutrient dense. And that's going to help you fix your body from inside. That's going to
Okay,
be the second pillar. And so for the next 6 months, a year, don't try to do like 7 days a week. Just do like once a week. Just do like
yeah,
one super nutrient dense diet, like a meal, just one time. And then
okay.
following week, add another one if you want, or stuff like that. Okay.
I'm okay with that. It's crazy too because I love fish. I love salmon. I like spinach, especially together. And
Yeah. I mean, so
that's
I
not a
sent.
problem for whatever reason. I'm just with fish. I kind of forget about it and I get lazy with it. But I would like to eat fish, 2 to 3 times a week if
Yeah.
possible.
So
And out right now, I'm probably eating it 2 to 3 times a month, and so I'd rather it be at least 2 times a week to start with.
So yeah, just start with one time. You
Yeah.
say
Oh yeah.
every Friday is my fish, something like that.
Okay.
You can go to so I don't know if you shop in Costco. Costco they have some good frozen wild caught fishes,
Yeah. Those.
um, so you can do that. And you can do sardines. You can do mackerels. Those are like very nutrient dense, very good for you. So yeah, so look at the picture, beautiful picture from
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's Bob. He's in Arizona,
Right.
and he's doing something a bit different than you because he's working on his labs, like the lipids. But
Okay.
anyway, so just do one for this week, and then add, and slowly you compound.
How
And you
about
see,
how about like for the fishes? I know you said sardines. I'm not big on sardines, but salmon, cod. What about halibut?
yeah, yeah, it's very good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Snapper.
yeah, yeah. The only thing you have to worry about regarding fishes, I mean, the two things, the two big things. Number one is it wild caught or farm raised?
Yeah, I try and go wild all the time. I don't want the stuff in the farms.
Oh yeah, don't try it. Just do it
Yeah,
because like it's this they eat like
yeah,
they eat
yeah,
their shit and they have to put chemicals to kill the bacteria.
yeah,
It's very bad.
yeah. I don't, yeah,
And they add coloring because the fish are whites. They
yeah,
should be pink. So that's
yeah.
one thing. And the second thing is the level of mercury. So the bigger the fish, like tuna, the bigger the amount of mercury because the big fish eats the small fishes. So
Okay,
the big fish accumulates all the mercury from all the fishes. So if you eat tuna every day, you're gonna have a problem. If you eat tuna once every 2 or 3 weeks, you're fine.
okay, yeah,
Tuna and albacore, like all the big ones. So
okay,
yeah, that's it. There's nothing else. You can eat like as much fish as you want. What I call the longevity diet is made of a lot of fish.
okay. Cool. No, I like it.
So yeah, so if you do some fasting, if you do some nutrient dense foods, and then the third thing is to third and last thing is to exhaust yourself at the gym,
Yeah,
bring your heart rate very high and then bring it back down in a short period of time. And that's it. It's nothing else. If you just do that, Ray, just the principles, your health is going to skyrocket.
yeah. No, and I
Um,
think I can. I got a good baseline, a good structure to be able to do that.
mhm.
Because nothing. I'm doing a lot of the same stuff I've done at the gym. Actually, what I'm doing more now of than anything though is I'm doing a lot of kettlebell training and different
Good,
exercises with kettlebells,
good.
and I'm really I'm really enjoying that quite a bit actually,
Mm-hmm.
because yeah, when I do it, I feel it's doing both. It's I mean, there's yeah, I mean, there's a lot of benefits, but you get the cardio in there as well with it, and the movement and the flexibility and everything. So I like it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. Um, so something else, I was looking at your program.
Just
Absolutely,
kidding.
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna ask you for referrals.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, you're
I
in
got no
sales,
problem with
you
that
know
for
how it
sure.
works.
Yeah. No, it's
But
all.
yeah, so yeah, I have another question for you. Like, be honest with me, okay? In the summer, when you said, "Oh, like I want to do it on my own and stuff like that," if I didn't force on you to keep you going, with me, would you have done it or no?
Um, no, I think because you've had some. I think everything worked out perfect the way it is and
Okay,
the way it was supposed to. Yeah, yeah.
okay,
So
okay,
you know,
okay. But I'm glad I pushed back
in
it
the summer,
because now
in the
you get the
summertime,
result.
yeah, for sure. No,
Okay.
yeah. So we're
Okay,
good.
okay. But this is good. So you have me for the next 10, 15 days. And so if you need anything, I'm here. Um, so yeah, I really want to push value. Is there anything that I can do right now to help you? Uh,
Um, no, I think we're good. And you just those three things that I wrote down. Which is the continued fasting, the nutrient dense diet. Once a week, and then
yeah.
also going, exhausting myself at the gym. And so, I'll keep going with that. And so, yeah, I think that's very helpful and keeps me on the path. And
Yeah, yeah.
I'm simple, man. So three things is good. You give me seven or eight, I'm going to start forgetting. So,
No, but I promise you, these are the fundamentals. If you just do that, I promise you, it's gonna come down. Like if in 6 months you call me and you say, Rodan, like it's not doing good, I'm gonna ask those three things.
okay.
Um,
Yeah.
One thing I can do is, if you want, I'm finalizing like number two on your list is a nutrient dense diet. I'm finalizing like a small meal plan. If you want, I
Yeah.
can send that to you
Yeah.
next week
Yeah.
when I'm
Go ahead
done.
and send that to me because that'll give me some
Yeah.
ideas for sure. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna send that to you, and then you have it.
All right. Sounds good, Ronan. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you, Ray. Have a good day and a good Thanksgiving. Okay.
Yeah, same to you. Thanks. And seriously, prayers for your dad. We'll
Thank you
keep
so
it.
much. He's dealing with a pancreatitis, and now they're gonna remove some part of his pancreas. So
Okay. I got you. Well, we'll hope for the best and we'll keep praying for him.
thank you so much. You're very nice.
All right. Yep. See
Bye,
you.
man.